All right, hello. Oh god, I look very washed out right now. How is it going, everyone? Did this change? What's going on here? What's going on here? My apologies. Okay. Great. Someone just followed. Thank you, whoever that was. Yo, what's going on, Danny? How's it going, dude? Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. All right, welcome back to another tabletop stream. It's been a little bit, actually. Yeah. I guess I can move my webcam. I moved it for League, but it doesn't need to be down there anymore. It has been a little bit. I was taking a week off from work, and as part of that, I didn't code for a week, which felt really good. Kind of weird, but, you know, really good. And so, yeah, I worked on this a little bit on Monday night. I tweeted about it, I don't remember when. But we're making progress. We're getting, we have a form that works, actually, and you can, like, type stuff, and it shows up. It shows up live. Right there. There it is. So that's pretty cool. So that's mostly what I got done, and then I made this little thing to debug easier, so that way I don't have to click add a check-in and then do this whole song and dance every time. Yeah. So today we're working on getting the friends tagging working. So I was trying to figure out what to do with this on Monday. I started some work on it. Basically, the problem is that it doesn't really make sense to have a separate like screen for this thing. So I made it into a modal, which right now you can tell it's not working because it's covering up the screen behind it. Although like this is a modal and it's not, so I gotta figure out what's going on there. So yeah, this song is real weird. Please. Okay, sorry, it's not wanting to skip my Spotify songs. That's not too loud. Feels very loud. Anyways, what I'm trying to get at here is that, so I want to get this modal working. I think it being a modal makes sense because, like I said, it doesn't really need its whole own like screen. It's probably better that it's more like responsive here. But I was looking into how modals work with React Navigation, which is the navigation library we're using, and they have a like whole, there's basically a way to do modals in the navigation. So I want to get that working. So that's the plan, is that I'm gonna try and look through this to see what's going on here because I don't know. I think it's pretty easy, but I basically just need to open the modal instead of opening a new screen. But after that, we're gonna get, I think this is actually somewhat working. So I have some like test users on here. So like the search is working. And then when you click something, I think, it does add it actually. Sorry, I forgot, I actually made like decent progress on this. So it adds the people, you can't remove them yet, and I haven't like changed it to like actually replace this button. Wait a second, I wrote notes here, hold on. Notes were written here. Where did I write them? I know this for is set to public. You doing this every time. Is that base check-in? Where did I put this? So I definitely wrote a note to myself in terms of like the progress I had to make, but I don't remember where I wrote that note. Must have been on Notion, right? Did I write it down somewhere? Am I going insane? Perhaps all of the above? Alright, well, if I can't find it, it's not a big deal. I truly don't know where the hell I put that, though. Anyways, the point that I was gonna put there is that I actually need to change this. So right now it's using a really similar system as to how game selection works. So like it just pops up. That I need to shoot the background. It uses basically the game search component, and I just changed it to work with users instead of games. The problem is that I want it to be like a where you're able to tap on multiple people, it checks them, and then you click done. So, because like presumably when you're tagging people, you're gonna want to tag more than one person. So like you having to like click tag friends, tag person, tag friends, tag person seems like an awful experience. So I just want to be able to like, you should be able to check multiple people. And then, yeah, I wrote this down somewhere. Where the fuck it went, I have absolutely no idea. But yeah, that's what we're doing today is I need to redo that search and I need to get the modal working better with React navigation. So that's where we are. What's up, gamer? Not much, dude. You know, we're hanging there. My voice is like dying right now. What's going on, Duncan? Unfortunately, I can't do like song requesty stuff because I pay for a service that allows me to use songs that I won't get copyright stricken for. Either on like my VOD won't get muted, or like when I put it on YouTube afterwards, they won't get like flagged. So yeah, I have to use those. Well, I don't have to, but I don't want my videos to get flagged or deafened. So, oof. So yeah, that's what's going on there. Coder leaves notes. I know it's very responsible of me. Alrighty, so what do I do first? The checkbox thing is going to be harder, but I need to do it first, I think. So. The truth is that I think I need to get a different component for this. There might be a component that does this already, so it's like it's a checkbox list. Is that accurate? It's not really what I want. I want like a... I don't know how to describe it. I might just make the component myself, to be honest. I think that's probably the best idea. But we'll see what they're doing here. No, this is like an actual checkbox. Yeah, so I don't want that. So what I want is, and I'm gonna do like, I don't really want to do like a mock-up, but we'll do, oh god, where the hell did I go? Hello? Okay, anyways. So what I want basically is, so we have something that's like this size, we want, this should be not that color. Red is fine for now. I don't care about the colors. It's not what I'm here for. Okay, so what we want is... actually, let's make this white. So we want the name of the person to be here. Text is like considerably larger. So like the name of the person is going to be here. There's going to be a picture here. And you can already see, I already implemented like a shitty version of that already. So like I put a picture for myself. So there's a picture there, and like these other people just have placeholders. So that's already there. What I want though is that basically this, can I get a circle? So this part here is going to be like a circle, right? And it's one of those things where you can do, lock this to make my life easier. That's it. I don't know what that button is. What does that button do? That's new. Layout grids as well, that's not what I wanted. Group. Okay, and then I have not used, how do I duplicate again? Sorry, I have not used copy paste. Oh, okay, weird. I haven't used Figma in a while. So basically we want a bunch of people and they're like here, great. And then the plan is that you can, and these mockups are terrible, I know, and I apologize. I don't like doing them, so I'm just gonna leave me be here. I don't remember what my blue color is. It's probably on there actually if I just, yeah, so anyways, so this is here and then done. This should be white, more or like really light colored. So there's like a done button here, and then so basically what you can do is you can tap people, and then like let's imagine there's a check there. I can't really draw a check easily, I don't think. Put a star. That's close enough. Yeah. So, oh god, that's gray. All right, well. So you can like check things, and then it basically keeps a track of all the things that are checked, and then you press done, and then it sends that back. That's what I want. So also there has to be a search bar here. I don't have a search bar right now. Yeah, I think this is like complicated enough to where I think I have to build it myself, which is probably fine. I don't know what to call this though. Like, I don't know. Like maybe there's a way I could just get this for free. That would be great. I should actually look at the docs, to be honest, and see if there's like anything here. Like just to make sure, because if this is already like a native component that I can just use, then I'll just do that. The searching part might be the only part that I like have to code myself, but I should try and save myself time if I can in this case. So I don't know what's, oh, this is literally a switch like that. Okay. That's not what I want. Is there like a good section list? What is that? Oh, it's not quite what I want, but my least favorite thing is trying to look up code modules I know exist but can't think of the name. I have had that problem big time, especially with React Native, because I feel like mobile things have like slightly different names than what I'm expecting on the web. Like dialogues aren't really dialogues, they're modals, which like is fine once you know it, but like, because they're not really dialogues, because you don't really get dialogues on mobile. Anyways, but yeah, I'm running into that a lot with mobile stuff specifically because I just don't know what a lot of the UI elements are named. And I think they're named after like, you know, if you were using like Swift UI or whatever the Android UI library is, like they're named after those, I think. So actually, let's do that real quick. So I don't think I did this last time, but I think what I should start doing is going into Xcode, opening Xcode's UI editor, and then just like, and then just like trying to see if they have the names for it there. I think that is probably the smarter play. So I don't know. Oh God, is this a? Oh, this is not an iPhone app. Whoops. I just opened this because I had it on there. Xcode, new project. I don't use Xcode at all, so I want a iOS app. Single view app is fine. Test. Oh, that's fine. Test iOS, and that way there's a different directory name. Great. Yo, what's up, Cochin? How goes it? All right, so now we should be able to open, is it the storyboard file? I don't know. Okay, yeah, that looks right. That looks right, right? All right, now how do I add things? I wish I knew how Xcode worked. Truly, where? Maybe I'm just not on the right view. View controller scene. Oh, view controller is this. Wait, storyboard entry point. Okay, maybe the storyboard is not actually what I want. App delegate.swift. No, this is actual code. Assets. Okay, I mean, maybe this is it. How do I... First responder, view controller. I just want the view. Yeah. Great. Now how do I edit things here? Assets, anyone? What the fuck? Oh, what's up, Will? Oh, I stream at D&D nights? I'm not trying to do that, I swear. Okay. Editor. Give me. Show editor only, preview, assistant, layout. Let me just Google this. Xcode. What's going on, Jen? Okay, Xcode interface builder. This is what I want. Thank you. Okay, interface builder, storyboards. Great, how do I do it? Or can I just, like, what's going on here? So I'm on the storyboard. So presumably I can just, this is like a search, I don't want that. No breakpoints, no logs. I don't care about tests either. This is navigating to something else. So I think this is it. Right clicking just lets me change the name, it looks like. Oh, what's this? Okay, that doesn't help me. Y'all, what am I missing here? Because where are they dragging stuff? Oh, see, it's in the bottom right. Okay. So it's on one of these then? What's this? That doesn't help me at all. God damn it. I hate this so much. Okay. Xcode interface builder. I hate that I'm struggling this hard to find the fucking interface builder. Xcode review using interface builder. Great. Interface builder document. Okay. Parts of interface builder, the doc on the left and the canvas on the right. The doc lists the objects contained in the user interface file. The canvas is where you lay out these objects in your app's user interface. Great. To add an object to your app's user interface, open the utilities bar for the workspace window by clicking right. Select the object library from the library pane by clicking the object in the library bar. That's not a thing anymore. Is there an object pane? What? So like, excuse me, it's saying it's down here. This looks like an older version of Xcode. So it's not down there anymore. Although like this is like seemingly the same pane, right? Like it has very similar things. But I don't know what the fuck? Like, I don't care about, that's a filter. This preview, just like previews in a thing. Okay, I don't care about that. Editor, preview, whatever. There's an assistant. Oh, this is the code. I don't want that. Thanks though. Editor, canvas, layout rectangles, no. Refactor to storyboard. We're already in storyboard. What the fuck, man? Show library? Is this it? Oh my god, it's a separate thing now. Holy shit. Okay, show library is Shift Command L. Jesus Christ, that took 10 years to find. Okay, now I can actually look for what I'm looking for here, which is, it's not really a date picker. Navigation bar, navigation item. Menu command? I don't want that. Table view controller, split view controller, object. Okay, so there's not one of these built in, basically. The next thing is to look for like React Native elements or something like that. If there's like a library that has like a bunch of different elements, it's probably pretty likely that they have what I'm looking for. Like here, React Native Elements, cross-platform React Native UI toolkit. So that's the other thing too, right? Is that the UI for this is probably gonna look different on Android. So if someone does it and it handles that for me, great. I like that a lot. Okay, so I don't want an actual checkbox. I don't really care about that. Input, no, don't need that. List item. Okay, this looks close to what I want. Assuming I can make it like a selectable thing. Using map function implemented with avatar. Using map function implemented with link and icon. Okay, so what's the API here? So there's right subtitle, right icon. Displays an icon on the right. Okay, icon props. This can do on presses, great. Oh, this is for icons. All right, so list items hopefully can do on press. Switch input. Okay, they have on press. Great. Great. Now I just need to know if I can put a checkbox on the right. A right title. I don't really want that. Right icon seems promising. So, add any element to this right side of the list item? Oh, add a switch to the right side as well? Oh, you can add a checkbox. Oh. Oh, fuck yeah. Okay, cool. Let's use this then. Great. I'm sold. At the very least, let's see if it works. If it doesn't work, then, you know, well, that's fine. Oh, I bet you I can use this with my autocomplete too. Oh my god. Okay. So, cool. This is using X. I don't want to do that. Okay, how do I install it, please? All right. React Native vector icons. Do I have that as a dependency? That I do not know. Oh, that's Figma. That's not what I wanted. Package.json. Okay. What's it called? React Native. Excuse me. React Native vector icons. Doesn't look like it. Okay. Well, let's install that too. Should have a. Okay, so yarn add. We are adding React Native elements and React Native vector icons. I think I probably have to like CocoaPods link that. React Native. This is React Native vector icons. Cool. And then, yeah, I have to link. Okay, so. My throat is dying today, and I don't know why. Oof. I'll make some tea or something in a little bit. Okay, so that's mostly done, and then we need to cd into iOS, pod install, and then come back out. In the meantime, we can start building. Can I do user search new .tsx? So I think we can use the same wrapper. No, we can't. Never mind. So that needs to go ahead and do that because it needs to. So I'm actually going to copy this file, and we can reuse a lot of the logic here. So basically, instead of spawning a user search here, we're going to go ahead and that's where we're going to make our custom component. Or wait, actually here. So let's save that. This is going to be, instead of user search new, it's going to be user search wrapper new. This is shitty names, and I'll refactor it later, obviously. And then this should be user search new .tsx, right? User search new. Yep. Great. And then we can take all of user search and then just modify it some more. So my hope is that, so how our autocomplete component works right now, which we're using from a library, it's just a separate one, it takes in a render item prop. So you can tell it how to render each item in the list. Excuse me. So the reason that's good is because I think what I can do is just put in one of these list items in the render item function. And I think it'll still, that way the searching functionality is already ironed out. And the only thing it changes is the look. I have to do some other things too, because it like won't select it immediately or anything. So there are some modifications I need to make, but I think overall that is pretty good. Because the on press is like, you know, already set anyways. So cool. So this should be done. Great. And then let's go ahead and give our app a quick restart. I don't know if it needs a restart for sure, but just to be safe. Maybe I'll just go get a beer instead. I have like one shitty beer left in my fridge, and then I actually have to go buy some more, God forbid, which I haven't had to do in months. Disconnected from Metro server. Okay, so let's go ahead and get that started now. So this should be the same. So what we're gonna try and do is, instead of returning a touchable opacity, so we're just gonna get rid of okay, I'll keep all this image source stuff. Look here, I can... No, the touchable opacity has to be gone. All right, we're just gonna delete all this and then we'll work from scratch here. Okay, so we need to put in, it's a list item, right? That's what it is. List item. So this is import list item from React Native Elements. I guess that just hasn't picked up on that. Import, spelled that wrong. Okay, we're importing list item from React Native Elements. Great. So the list item, is it a single thing or does it wrap? Great. Okay, it just does. So first off, we have our title is going to be item.username. Great. It should be left avatar, I think is what we want. And does this just take the URI? Left avatar displays an avatar in the left, optional. Titles. So, okay, so it takes the source object. The title is just, I assume, like an accessibility title. Is that? Renders title in the placeholder. Oh, in the placeholder. Okay, yeah. So left avatar is an object here. So we've got. Oh, that's not what I want. What a silly space. Okay. Cool. So now we have title here should be item.username still. The source is the same source block as an image. So we have that. That's in our image source object. I don't think there's anything else. What else do they have? Show accessory. I don't think I need that. Standard, title, icon, standard with accessory. Okay, I just want standard. Standard avatar is, oh, I can set it as rounded, nice. Rounded, source. Rounded title, oh, that's that instead, okay. Oh, so I can just do the placeholders. Oh, that's I don't actually want to do that, I don't think, but that's need to know it can just do that. All right, so avatar, we'll do rounded for now. Oh, what am I doing? Sorry. Rounded is true. Great. Okay, left avatar. Great. So then right element. So we're going back to list items. Oh no, it's just checkbox. Add a checkbox on the right side, object with the props, the React Native checkbox component. Okay, so this is checkbox. So let's go check out the props for that. Okay, title. We don't want a title. We literally just want a checkbox. Oh, we can make it rounded too. Oh yes, yes, yes. This is fantastic, actually. Type of icon type. How do I just make it circular? Supported sets here. Component. Okay, so checked is the flag for checking the icon. Size of the checkbox, moves icon to the right, aligns checkbox to center, title of checkbox, optional props for the text, container. This is like a pretty legit library, holy shit. I am impressed. Okay, so I think let's leave it at the basic one for now. So it has to have checked, and we'll set that to false currently, but we're gonna need to control that, so that's we'll get to that here in a second. Great, so let's just see if that renders. We can close that Xcode for now. Let's go ahead and make sure our bundler is good. Great, great, great. So this looks like it renders. Dismiss, so this should be, oh, this is using the old one actually. So this is actually not gonna work right now. So what we need to do is go ahead and change, that should be export default, so I can leave that alone for now. The wrapper is actually entirely the same. So what we can just do is go to user search wrapper and change this instead to user search new, which we import from import user search new from /user search new. Great. And we'll leave that import up there for now just so we can switch back to that. Great, user search new. Let's see if that worked. I think that's fine. Oh, okay, I had to reload, that's fine. Cool, so let's try it out. Oh, unrecognized font family font, awesome. Fuck, okay. You would think that would just work. Okay, supported sets are here. The icon sets and React Native elements are made possible through React Native vector icons, which I did install, right? Let's make sure. I definitely installed the pod. Okay. Bundled icon sets. Installation. Save it for each platform you plan to use. Follow one of the options of their corresponding platform. If you want to use any of the bundled icons, you will need to add the icon fonts to your Xcode project. Oh, great. I think this is how I broke my shit last time, I'll be honest. But it was for a slightly different breakage, but... okay, so with Xcode... So, browse to node modules, React Native vector icons. Okay, let's open a new Finder window, please. It's taking a really long time, that's all. Okay, so we go into home folder, and then can I not view that like that? Great, tabletop, node modules, React Native vector icons. Drag the folder fonts, we'll copy that, or just the ones you want to your project in Xcode. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna go ahead and copy all of them for now to see, and then once I figure out which ones I like, then I'll cut the ones I don't want. Great, so make sure your app is checked under the add to targets, and then create groups is checked if you add the whole folder. Okay, so do I just like paste it in here? Oh, maybe I should actually drag it then. Great. Copy items if needed, create groups, and then where do I need to make sure it's... Make sure your app is checked under add to targets. Okay. My app's not on here. Oh, it's because I dragged it into the pods folder, which is a separate project. Got it. Okay, almost caught myself there. Or caught myself there before, almost really fucking that up. Okay, great. So this should be added to tabletop. I don't care about tabletop tests. Create groups is what it said, right? It said create groups and is checked if you add the whole folder. Great. Finish. Okay, hopefully that worked. Edit info.plist. Okay, where is that? Info.plist, we are here. And add a property called fonts provided by application, or UI app fonts of Xcodes. Okay. I need to add a new key. Fonts. Fonts provided by application. And then what? And then type in the files you just added. It will look something like this. Okay, how do I expand the array? Oh, okay, you got it. Great, item 0, so... Okay, so what's in the font folder then? Oh, I have Discord open already? Big funk. I thought I closed it. Anyways, oh, God, there are so many. Okay, maybe I won't add all of them. Font awesome is the default one, right? We're gonna do that. Okay, let's go ahead and add do ntypo.ttf. That's fine, hopefully. Okay, and then I save info.plist. Great, and then I assume I'm probably gonna need to rebuild here. And while that's happening, I'm going to close my windows real quick and go grab a beer from the fridge. So I'm just gonna mute my mic and I'll be back in like 2 seconds. Okay, we're back. I have my last shitty Miller High Life, and then I need to actually go buy beer. Alright. Oh no, build failed. I don't like that. Don't like that at all. Oh no, do I have to do all of them? Multiple commands produce tabletop app font awesome 5 brands.ttf. That command depends on target and target tabletop. Copy pods resources. Oh, okay. I think I actually know what happened. So I don't know if that step is actually necessary. Oh my god, that's the manual option with CocoaPods. Oh, I'm so dumb. So I did the second part right. So I still have to edit this, and that was what was wrong. But I don't want the files in my project. So I need to get rid of those. So because I don't want to add the files to my project, they're being added by CocoaPods. But I still needed to add the thing to info.pls. Okay, so how do I get rid of that? Like, where is that? Show in Finder. Oh, wait. It says where it was, right? In the terminal error? Okay, library developer Xcode, derive data, tabletop, build products. Node models, React Native to... Shit. Okay, where did those get put then? This is where Git might save us, because I think I can just undo the fact that I added them. So info.plist, I am fine with that. Project PBX project. Aha, here you go. This is where it gets referenced. Okay, I actually think I have to get rid of these. I think that's correct. So that way I still have fonts in here. Now, there's a good chance perhaps that I just... Actually, the argument can be made. I think I just discard all changes in here, then go back into cd iOS, and then just do this command again. Because I think the links to the font awesome fonts in the node modules, which is what I want, I think that got created when I ran pod install, I think. Well, here, we should look at the directions in the docs, so I don't plug this up. So, with CocoaPods, add the following to your pod file and run pod update. So let's go see if that's in our pod file. I have a feeling it is. So this is pod rn vector icons. No, actually. I guess I just put it here. Oh, I don't want to actually format this. All spaces, great. Okay, so we do that, and then pod update. Ooh, that's not how you spell update. Okay. Hopefully this works. Hopefully this doesn't break anything. I haven't updated my pods at all. Okay, hopefully that worked. I'm a little nervous now. So I still edited the info plist, which I think was the other part of this that I wasn't doing correctly. I've never had to do pod update though. I think pod install works. I'm a little concerned now because I haven't had to do pod update for any of my packages at all. All of them are just, you just cd into iOS pod install and that's it. But this worked, so I don't think it opened a Metro bundler window last time, so. Fuck yeah, okay. Well, let's see if the font's actually loaded though. That's the other half of this. All right, tag friends. Oh, it works. Great, so I want the entire thing to toggle the checkbox. So hopefully I'll be able to do that. Oh, that looks really sleek though. Fuck yeah. So if I do, this is the easiest way for me to get all of them. Nice. Yeah, this looks really slick. Great, and then this is all just a scroll view. I wish the length was longer. But that should be fine. Okay, so let's go ahead and change that now. So the let me close out everything because we have a lot of stuff going on right now. So user search new is what we care about currently. So right now we care about our on press. Our on press should do it should just run. I don't think it should just be on user select. I think that's all it needs. So we can go check our old user search. I believe that's all it's doing is calling on press void on user select, which is all we're doing here. Great. So now we need to mess with our. I'm gonna go ahead and commit. That's what I should have done instead of making 2 files, so let's just committed everything. So now I can make changes to this, and yeah, it'll be fine. Okay, so user search wrapper. So the onChange function on user select, on user select for user, it's gonna go ahead and do. Was this also a prop? Oh, sweet Lord Jesus. Oh, that makes sense, duh. So this should be in check in optional items. Great. So what this is doing is it's making. So on user select, we're gonna set the tag friends equal to that user, and then the only difference here is that we're not gonna. What are the words I'm trying to say? We're not going to close the dialog because we only want to close the dialog when we hit done on the dialog, which I have to figure out how to do, but that's not important right now. So the other thing we need to do is the user search wrapper now needs to know what people have been tagged. Because when that updates, we need to... what's happening here is that we need to keep track of which ones have been checked. So that's what we're using this set tagged friends for. So actually, I don't know if that's. Sorry, I'm trying to rethink this. So the reason this worked the way it does. So sorry, I need to back up a few steps here. So what's happening is that I need to basically be able to keep track of what users are being checked, and then. That can be done, I think, within the component. Then, whenever that component submits, so whenever you say, "Okay, we're done. These are all the people I want to submit," that final list of users needs to get sent back up to this wrapper. So this on user select actually doesn't help me. What we need is a on confirm. Is what needs to happen. So with that in mind, what we can do here is with the user search wrapper. There's a... okay, so... why are they in different components? I think it's more of a pain in the ass here. Okay, so we need to... Oh, am I struggling with this right now? What's going on, Drew Cooperson? Yo, congrats, dude. That is exciting. Do you have anything lined up for the summer, like internship or otherwise, I guess? Why am I blanking right now? What I need to do? All right, so how am I going to keep track of this? I need an array of everything that's checked, right? So checked users, so this should be, so we need a state variable here, so set checked users. I don't know why this is lagging so bad. Holy shit. I still have Xcode open, maybe that's fine. Close out all the shit I don't need. Set checked users is going to be equal to use state. Use state, and this is going to be an array of what? Should just be username, right? So array string. And then our initial value is going to be an empty array. So the checked actually should be if checked users dot, it should be contains, includes. Is it includes? Yeah. Checked users includes item.username. So if it doesn't include it, then it's going to be false. If it's in there, it means it's checked, then it's going to be checked. No, but gonna learn Java for software design, build a GUI program. Oh, nice. That's exciting though. That's cool that you have a project to work on. This is not for my company. This is a side project I am working on. I have thought about I have halfway asked to perhaps like stream like some of my actual work, because I don't think a lot of it is like super confidential and it might be enlightening, but I've never like seriously asked my boss about it, so I might at some point though. I've thought about doing that. So then I could like stream during the day working on my stuff, so I don't know. Something I would have to ask about in the near future. Our intern starts soon though, so it probably wouldn't be good timing now, just in case like if I need to help them with anything, which I expect I will probably the first few weeks they're there, so. Anyways, so it's going to be checked if it's in the array, and then whenever we select them, we should be doing set checked users equal to an array, and we can just simply spread the current checked users, and then do comma item.username. So there's a few ways to do this. This is like the syntactical sugar way I like. You could also do if you want to do a similar thing, you could also just do set checked users equal to, well, actually, I don't know if, actually, I think this is probably the best way, because you're creating a new array here, which is what we want. You could use, like, checked users.append, but I don't think that returns a new array. I think that just appends the existing one, so this probably makes the most sense. So, yeah, we're just spreading all the current items and adding the new one at the end. Oh, actually, sorry, this needs a bit more nuance. So, so what actually needs to happen here is that, so we need to figure out if we're removing it or not. So if checked users includes, we should actually calculate this beforehand, to be honest. So what we can do is const currently checked. Just because we're referencing this twice, it makes sense to put in a variable here. So, and I don't know if the performance is going to be a huge issue. It might be if you select like a bunch of people. I'm not even going to worry about it. Okay, so I mean, this just makes it a little bit more readable as well, and it's an easy thing to do. So currently checked, great. So if currently checked, then we actually need to. Does includes give you back the? No, I actually want. Is it index of? Yes. So this is, what am I calling this? Name position if checked. That's not a great variable name. And then const currently checked is equal to name position if checked greater than, so if it's greater than 0, greater than or equal to 0. So if it's positive, so how index of works is it returns -1 if it can't find it. If it's above, if it's greater than or equal to 0, then that means it's in the thing, and if not, that means it's false, so it's not checked. So if it's currently checked, then we go ahead and do does pop modify the array in place? I don't remember. Do you like the C programming language? I have not really used it a lot, so I don't really have an opinion on it. It is probably more low level than things I use regularly, but like that's not necessarily a bad thing. That's just I just don't have experience with it. Okay. I'm checking, so I need to look at checked users. So I don't know if pop modifies the array in place. I don't know if this is going to be an issue. Remove an element from state array React. There's probably a better way to do this, and I want to look it up. Delete item from state array in React. I've looked this up before. Oh, so you just need to make a new array? Const updated array. God, why is this lagging so bad? We see ESLint output channel for details? What is going on? Can I read a location of undefined? Oh, is it just not working? ESLint enable. Migration, node path, options. I use yarn. Is that the problem? It like lints correctly though. That's really weird. So const updated array is equal to array from creates an array from an array like object. Oh, is that actually what this is meant for? Weird. Okay, updated array is array from checked users, and then updated array dot splice. Oh, does splice give you a new array back? No, it doesn't. The zero base location in which to start removing elements, and then I remove one. So this needs to name position if checked, we're deleting one. And then we're setting the checked users equal to updated array, I guess. Okay, so if it's currently checked, then we do that, and then if not, we're gonna go ahead and just oh, it should just be else. I'm like, what is going on here? Okay, so if it's currently checked, we're basically gonna make a copy of the array, pop the element out, and then go ahead and set the checked users equal to that. I think this works. It should be like a relatively simple thing to do, but I don't have a lot of faith in myself here. Yeah, that seems to be working. Fuck yeah. I think the tapping's fine. Oh, that's weird. So the checkbox should do the same thing. Can I just disable tapping on the checkbox? And then I need to have a done button up here. I think that's it. That seems like it's working though. Fuck yeah. Do I watch anime? Not regularly, but yes. I have my anime list somewhere, but I don't have it like on hand to link. I am a big fan of like romance animes that are like mostly like normal like slice life is generally what I refer to it as, but like I'm not like a huge fan of like fantasy twists and stuff. I watched Naruto when I was younger, but like that was like my anime I watched all when I was growing up. But yeah, like Torajora, big fan. Golden Time, I guess that has a memory loss element, but you know, it's there. Yeah, anything in that category. I have seen Sword Art Online. I was not a huge fan, but I watched the first, I think just the first and the second season, maybe. I haven't seen the second season. It was just the first season. Yeah, I was not the hugest fan. And then how did I came up with my Twitch name? So my name is Reno, and then I live in Missouri. So there we are. MO is the state abbreviation for Missouri, if you were not aware. Or I guess if you're not from the US, you probably wouldn't know that, but yeah, that's it. Okay. So this gets cleared whenever you go away, which is fine. So now we need to add a done button. So that needs to be like above the autocomplete. So we should have a separate view up here, and then should be is it button, I think? Title should be done on press. So this should be on submit, I think, which is what we're just going to rename user select to, and then it should be checked users. So on user select, we're going to get rid of that, and then it should be on submit, which is a function that takes in a checked users, which is going to be an array of strings, and then it's going to return void. Ooh. Great, and then we go ahead and add that to our object here, so that'd be on submit. Oh, nice, she lives in St. Louis? Oh, great, that's also where I live. Nice. It is a cool place that I like very much. Small world, though, small world. Okay, and then that's literally all this button has to do, is just do on submit. Oh, it's going to make it wants a return type. Guess what? There isn't one. Okay, let's go and reload. Cool, so we just need to align that to the right and then add some padding. But that is mostly fine. There's actually on submit's not a function. I'm surprised it let me run the app. Okay, so this should now be on submit. So this is gonna be really similar to what we were doing. Should I just have it? You probably shouldn't be able to do. Check users. So on submit. So we need to change this to. I can just change this actually. It's might feel a little easier. Oh, that's not at all what I wanted. So this shouldn't be on user select anymore. This should be on submit, and then this should be checked. This is now an array instead of. Oh, should it be the whole user? Is that important? Do I care about that? Does it have to be the whole object, or? I think the strings are fine. So I just need to go get the user information somewhere. I think that's fine. This is probably fine. Yeah. Okay. So this should just be strings. Yeah, and then wherever I'm using this, which is going to be in check and optional items, I just need to adjust for that. So this should be checked users. So then this should be why is this yelling at me? Checked users implicitly as an any type? No, it doesn't. Oh, it's because this is on user select. This should be on submit. I was like, that definitely should type that for me. Okay, so then this actually now needs to be string. I guess I had that as any because I didn't know what I was going to do with it. So. Oh, do I have to I mean, it's got to happen somewhere in the render, right? So, like, that's fine. We just make a function called all we're displaying is the username anyways. This actually should just be username. Yeah, that's fine for now. So then when we submit the form, it should when we submit the form, we'll just go ahead and grab all the users. I don't think like it's not the best way or the worst way, right? It's just fine. The reason I want that also is because I think this, I don't know if this is also a lot faster, like maybe it just doesn't matter, but when we're searching here, when we're checking to see the index of name position here, it makes more sense to me that it's just the arrays, but maybe that doesn't even matter. Because I don't know if index of I assume is pretty fast, but maybe like me searching an object also is that fast, you know? So with that in mind, maybe I just should make it objects now. Like, yeah, that probably makes sense because then it's less annoying because then I don't have to do. Yeah, okay, we're gonna do that. I know I just like coded this entire thing only to be strings. So this is instead gonna be an array of users. On submit is gonna take, this is gonna be user. So now we need to set checked users equal to, it should just be item. And then when we're checking to see if it exists, so checked users, is index of still a thing on objects? Well, it'd have to be. So the searching is a little bit harder here. So this should be. So we need to do. Sorry, it's checked users dot. We're doing. Is there not a search? Return the value of the first element in the array where predicate is true, undefined otherwise. Does that give me the index though? Oh, I should just do find index and then get the item. Okay, so the predicate is that this is going to be the user. God, my voice is like dying right now. Holy shit. You got 100% of all programs. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah. CS exams are really tough when you don't have a computer in front of you. So yeah, the projects are definitely easier in that sense. I agree. Yeah, exactly. Because like, yeah, you have compiler errors, you have Google, like you have a lot more resources. You know, there's still obviously a skill to be learned of like being able to find things on Google and being able to find things quickly. It's still a valuable skill. So, you know, there's some merit to that. But yeah, it's a lot easier when you have more time to be able to do that stuff. Okay, so the user needs to have user.username is going to need to be equal to item.username. Okay, so that's name position if checked. It finds the index. I assume it just gives me -1. Great. So if it's currently checked, then yes. So if currently checked, okay, no, we'll just do that down here. So now, so if it's currently checked, they need to update an array. Oh yeah, so this actually stays the same, and then you just add the item instead. Yeah, I think it should still work. So now, wherever this is getting called, this is user search news on the wrapper. This needs to change. This needs to be, instead of an array of strings, an array of users. And then this should be checked users on submit checked users. So that's fine. And then check in optional items. Tagged friends, this should be an array of users. Is user not imported here? Yep. And then this should be user.username. Alright. We're displaying the username, you're setting the tagged friends equal to the tagged friends plus the new checked users. That's fine, I think. Okay, let's see if this works. That checks, unchecks successfully, great. Done. Oh, that didn't work. Oh, whoops, it needs to close it. Okay, I was like, what? Okay, so that's in the check in optional items, and then the on submit should be set tagged friends, and then it should be set show user search false. We'll need to remove duplicates also. I should actually. We should do that here. So const new array is going to be Actually, just this code here. And then great. And then set type friends too. So I wanted to make new array dot. I don't want to join. I want to. Let's accumulate a result. I don't want a sort array. Is there an easy way to do this? There's probably a Lodash function for this, I assume. Is this when I start using Lodash? Quick and dirty using jQuery. God damn it, I don't use jQuery. There, I just have to loop through it. Use the new set data structure. Ooh. Which lets you store values of any type. Set values returns items and... You use the set constructor and the spread syntax. Oh wait, does that just do it? Oh, that's cool as fuck actually. So sets can only have one of each type, I guess. I want to go look that up before I just blindly use this. Set object, great. Yeah, unique values of any type. So if I take the array I have, I make a new set out of it, which gives me the array but only unique values because that's the only thing can be accepted there. And then you spread the set back out is what this is doing. So it just makes a new array. That's really fucking clean. I really like that a lot. So this is, we're spreading new set from new array. Wow, that's so slick. Fuck yeah. Okay, so anyways, what that should prevent now is this, having a bunch of things. That was because of a bug. Excuse me, jeez. But that's fine, because I can just get rid of it now. So now this should close that. Great, so now if I go... I still need to solve that checkbox thing. Oh, it didn't work. So the solution to this actually is that I the real way I should do this is you always just overwrite it. And then what I should be doing is passing so there should be a checked users thing, and the reason I think this is gonna work checked users should be an array of users. Oh, it should be checked users. It's tagged friends here. So that way, whenever you open the dialog again, it's basically allowing you to edit it. So, and then we pass this down to yeah, actually, this is, I think, pretty nice. Oh, that's an extra C in there. Okay, so this should be checked users. Great. So this prop doesn't exist yet, but it will here in a second. And this should be checked users. And then what that allows us to do is whenever we initialize our checked users array, we simply give it checked users. Oh, oof. Maybe it should be like currently checked users. Shitty variable names ahoy, y'all. Okay. Great. Okay, so that'll initialize that, and then I just need to change that here. Cool. So, what that's allowing us to do is, because this is the beauty of React in situations like this, is that what we're doing is essentially making a form that's controlled. So instead of just using so this isn't the browser, right? But like you can think of it like the browser. So instead of using the browser's default way of like tracking which checkboxes are checked or not, we're using React to do it instead. And this allows us to do nice things like being able to initialize a list of checkboxes with already checked values. So how this is going to work is I need to add a comma here because I forgot that. So assuming everything works, which it should, let's go and reload one more time just to be safe. What should happen here is that we can go ahead and check people. So we just checked 2 people. Cool. Now we're there. If I go back and type in the same thing, we're checked here. Now if I uncheck, it should just replace it with that. Great. So that's completely done. So now the only added improvement here is that we wanted to like show the currently checked people by default. I don't know how to do that. That I don't know how to do. So like this would be in the autocomplete. Yeah, can I have it? Oh, I can also change this to find a user. I've been meaning to do that, but it just hasn't been. It would take 2 seconds. So let's go ahead and close out of some of our tabs here because there are a lot of them. So I need to go check out, I forget the name of this library that I'm using. This is React Native Autocomplete Input. So we're gonna go to the GitHub repository and we're gonna check the, am I not signed into GitHub? What? We're also gonna need to fork this eventually because I want to get rid of the warning it keeps popping up with. The style on show results. Render item, key extractor, render separator, render text input, flat list props. Ooh, maybe I should. Oh, duh. Oh my god, it's right here. An array with suggested items to be rendered. An array with length greater than 0 will open the suggestion list, and any array with length less than 1 will hide the list. Holy fuck, man. This component has done it all for me. I have to do nothing. Fucking incredible. Wait, hold on. Am I not already using that? Wait, fuck. I'm already using data. Oof. Okay, well, that's not what I wanted. I got really excited. Okay, well, I think I have to manually do this now. So this is all I want to do. So all I want to do is be able to pass it an array of items that, like, basically says, hey, if no one's searched anything, you should display these instead. Which I think is relatively easy. So we're going to go ahead and fork this, actually, to get started on this. I need to sign in, though, which Give me a second. I have to like enter a 2FA and everything, so. I don't actually know if that's a security risk to like show that, but I don't want to fuck with it, so. I don't want to fuck with it. Okay, cool. Okay, straight up, please. All right, thanks. Great. So, cool. We're gonna go ahead and fork this. Oh, I've already forked this. Oh, Oh, it's even with master? Okay. Cool. All right, well, I already have this. I've already cloned this down. I don't remember. Okay, LS here. Oh, sorry, this is really small and is covered by my overlay. Sorry. No is the answer. All right, so we're cloning down our fork of that. Should be React Native autocomplete input, right? Now I need to figure out how to use that version instead of what are the words I'm trying to say? I need to figure out how to use this version instead of the version I have now. Use my forked version. So I think I can just do this, but I don't remember how. GitHub repo in package.json. There's like a syntax for this, and I've used it before, but I don't remember what it is. Use GitHub branch as dependency in package.json. I don't care about the branch part. That's that sure is a branch. Is it just username? Oh, it's username slash. Okay, cool. That's fine. So this should be. This should be. I was gonna type in username. My username. Cool. So that's my fork of that. Great, and then I need to reinstall things. So let's go ahead and close out a node bundler real quick. Terminate, please. Sorry, this is probably really small. So, should just be yarn install, I think, actually. I don't think I need to remove my package directory or anything. Uninspected, what? Is yarns different from NPM? Yarn use GitHub repo as source. How to install package from GitHub repo in yarn by specifying the remote URL. Yeah, but how does it show up in my package.json? That's all I care about. Alright, well, I'll just add it, I guess. Okay, so yarn add github.com/React Native auto. Is that right? React Native autocomplete? No, autocomplete input. Oh. What? Did I not do this correctly? github.com/React. Wait, hold on. What version of yarn am I using again? Yeah. Okay, we're gonna go look at the yarn docs because I need to figure out how to do this because you can definitely fucking do this. Okay, I need to go to 1.x docs is what we're on. Documentation. I want to install things. Yarn install. Yarn add actually is what I want. I'm not saying yarn install. You can specify versions. You can also specify packages from different locations. Yarn add file, path to local folder. Oh, actually, let's do that right now. That's actually easier. So, what I should have done is, so yarn add file, and then what, path to, this should be users, right? Users, Reno Devois, React. I can't autocomplete, that's really annoying. Autocomplete input. An unexpected error. Request return to 405. Yeah, I don't want it to go. What is it doing? Do I have to specify something else? What's going on here? Because like it's still trying to ping the registry. I truly don't understand. Exact package, most recent package. Add workspace. Package under a custom alias. I don't know why this isn't working. An unexpected error result. Registry yarnpackage.com/renewable. Whatever. This request returned to 405. Sure, because that URL I'm sure does not exist. Like if I type this into my browser, it's not going to pop up with anything. It's going to give me a 405. Get is not allowed. Sure. Why is it checking the yarn registry? I don't understand that. Like there's just a way to do this, and I wish I could just. I just want to add it in. I just want to add it in my package.json. I don't even want to like have to. What other project did I do this on? Was it on StreamSeeker? No is the answer. I don't know. What then? I've definitely done this before and I don't remember what here. Actually, there might be somewhere else, but it's some like work stuff, so I can't show it on screen. This is really dumb. I hate them spending so much time on this. I'll be completely honest with you. Okay. Did I do it here? No. Why did I do this? I've done this in a project, and I don't know why I can't remember what effing project it was. Was it something I forked? That probably would give me a good insight. What else have I forked? I haven't forked anything else. I don't think that I... No, not really. I don't fucking know, man. I have no clue. I cannot figure this out for the life of me. Oh well. I don't know what the fuck's going on here. Well, should I upgrade to Yarn 2? Like, is that my next step here? How do I... getting started. Installation, migrating from Yarn 1. That is what I want to do. Great. Yarn V2 is a very different software from V1. While one of our aims is to make the transition easy as possible, some behaviors need to be tweaked. Oh god. Okay, the best way to upgrade migrate is just to upgrade Yarn and see whether everything works. Okay. Upgrade to node 10 or 12. I think, I don't remember what node I'm using. 13. Okay, how do I install? Global install is np. You probably remarked to the global Yarn system in the classic line, this is expected. One extra perk of this system is that projects configured for Yarn 1 will keep using it instead of suddenly to migrate to 2.x, okay? Per project install. Yarn set version berry is the code name for the Yarn 2 release line. And then commit the Yarn and Yarn rc.yak. Oh, it changed to YAML? Or no, that's actually new. Okay, anyways. So Yarn set version berry. Is this in the right thing? Great, yeah, okay. That should have gave us some changes here. Yarn that, and then Yarn berry? Okay. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Please, please. Oh, did I fuck it up? Did I kill Git? Okay, there we go, there we go. It really did not like me there for a second. Okay, so upgrade to Yarn 2. Cool. Now what? Now if we look at the migration guide, Clear skips the Yarn node, supposed to use the pre and post. Update your configuration in new settings, don't use npmrc files. Don't use bundle dependencies, CLI commands. Renamed. I don't care about any of these. Deprecated, removed from core. Not implemented yet. Not find module. Okay, now let's try our same thing, but using... If I do Yarn version, it gives me 2. Great. So now let's try the exact same thing we were doing before. That one. Invalid descriptor. That is a different error. Invalid descriptor. Okay. Well, let's CLI. Add. Add dependencies to the project. Yarn add Lodash. Add a package from a GitHub repository to the current workspace using a URL. Using the GitHub protocol. Oh, I want that. Yeah. Oh, this is the shorthand. Okay. So Yarn add React native autocomplete input. This is really a mouthful. At /React native autocomplete input. We doing it? Parsing failed for the dependency name that. Why? Response code 404 not found. Can't be found in the cache and will be fetched from GitHub. Right, that's what I want you to do. Thanks. HTTP error. Is that not what it is? What is going on here? Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Okay, give me my repositories, please. I'm about to lose it. This is so dumb. I want to do actual work, not React Native auto-complete input. Great. Like, this is the URL, right? Like, we exist. Branch is even. Is it okay here? Is it working? What the fuck? I don't know what's going on anymore. Did it work? Seemingly? This output does not feel like it worked to me. But whatever, I guess? I don't fucking know, man. Why am I having to fight NPM or Yarn so much today? I never have to fight Yarn. Okay, well, hopefully this just works. I don't really know what's going on, though. Well, in the meantime, I guess, we can open up a new window. And here we can open up the autocomplete. So oh god, that was a bad voice crack. So I think it's just a single file. Yeah, I think it's all just an index.js. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine, guys. It's fine. I don't have to do this. All right, that's fine. We didn't really have to worry about this. Okay, so so this is mostly just a wrapper around flat lists, right? So this is rendering the text input, and then what is hide results exactly? Hide results is a prop, okay. So show results is true, then it'll render the result list. So rendering the result list, how is it? Notify listener if the suggestion will be shown. Okay. How does it determine when it gets to show things? How do flat lists work in that regard? Yeah, because this just looks like it's a thin wrapper around a font list, which I don't know how that works, so. Alright, can you get that tab? Let's go get the docs for font list. I want an API, please. Font list. Perform an interface rendering basic font list supporting the most handy features. Great. Oh, it has pull to refresh support? Ooh, schnasty. Great. So how does it decide? It shows them on data. So how is it determining to do that then? Because it shows all of them. What's the deal here? It has a ref. Doesn't help me render separator. I don't care about that. Key extractor. Okay, so let's look at the props. So we have render item, which takes an item from the data and renders it into the list. Great. The data is a plain array. If you want to use something else like immutable list. So is the data what gets displayed there? Okay. It's a convenience wrapper around virtualized list. Here at scroll view props. Example usage. I don't care about the item separator. Data is just a single thing you render item. Base documentation for the more convenient flatless and sectionless components. Sure. The default accessor functions assume this is an array of objects, but you can override get item to any type of index-based data. So does it render this? I'm trying to figure out how it decides what to render here. That's what I'm not understanding. So render item is done via render item, which is a prop, which I'm passing in, right? How is show results getting set here? If data, the length of the data is more than 0. So we could just add some console logging to try and here actually. So we can do this. So I believe it's on. What is the error it always yells at me about? Okay, did this work? I really don't know if this works. Unrecognized command. Oh no. Package directive has been ignored because it contains invalid configuration. I tried to access Lodash. What? Are you kidding me? Yarn 2, what the hell? Okay, so what we have in our git log is we have upgrade yarn 2.0. I don't want to do that anymore. So I can simply get rid of... Oh my god, this sucks, dude. I'm having to wrangle with this shit so much. And then rm yarn rc .yml, so cool. All right. So now we're back on, oh, yarn ion. We're back on yarn 1 instead of yarn 2. What? Just gonna re-yarn install. We're gonna hope it works. I truly have no fucking clue what's going on. I didn't break anything here. Or I shouldn't have broken anything here. Oh, holy hell, man. I appreciate everyone who's worked on this project. They've done a great job. There's a lot of great things about React Native, but this isn't React Native's fault, I guess. It's just very frustrating. All I have to say is that this is going to be really annoying, I think, but... Okay, hopefully this is done. So it must have just... Please, I hope this didn't break my build. This is probably my biggest complaint about React Native stuff so far, is that the build step seems like absurdly fragile. Like, I'm afraid it's gonna break horribly at any moment, and I'm like kind of terribly afraid that I won't be able to fix it. Which really sucks. I don't like that. Like, you know, even at work we use Webpack, and I feel like pretty okay about Webpack. Like, at least with Webpack, like, I have a configuration. I mostly know what I'm doing with it, so like it's fine. But this, I have no fucking clue. I understand that's probably because it's doing a lot more than Webpack's doing, you know, really. Webpack's just bundling some files up and, you know, schlepping it off into one JS file, whereas this is doing a lot more than that. It's having to, you know, throw the files into Xcode and put them on device and a whole bunch of other shit. So that seems bad, or seems hard. So I'm not, you know, ragging on people for not being able to do that, but it just seems a lot worse to deal with, that's all. It's gonna take 10 years, of course. The song has a really good drum beat. All right, are we done? Please. Dang, it did like a full rebuild. I don't know why. I just had to do that in a while. Okay, so what is it doing here? Can I insert? Okay, so this is what I can do actually. So in order to try and see what's going on here, what I can do is I can go into our new modules here. We can go all the way into, because I really just want to console log some stuff so I understand how this is working. So React Native autocomplete. Excuse me. We go into index.js. And then I want to be able to console log this.data. Or I guess console.log. Okay, so I think that should be fine. So, okay, so this is working, great. So the data length is 0. Okay. So that means this.data, so this is again the autocomplete, right? Wait a second, am I just dumb? Like, oh, yeah. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. So I went down this large rabbit hole, but I am just passing it an empty array. It truly just is rendering whatever I give it. So if... okay, so... okay, so this is what I should do. So if... so we've initialized search data here. I'm going to change this to a what? We're going to find the user. Okay. So if search data, if the length of the search... I don't know why I made this so complicated. If the length of the search data is less than 0 or less than 1, right? So there's no, we didn't get any results. Then what we're going to do is set the search data equal to, oh, this needs to happen down here. So then we set the search data equal to checked users. Well, it doesn't have to happen down here, but, you know, whatever, it's fine. Okay, so now this should give us the checked users by default. I don't know why I made this so complicated. Yo, what's going on, Chachi? I don't have an uptime thing. I probably should. I've been streaming for 2 hours. Does Nightbot not have one of those? Because that's what I'm using. Let me go look real quick. How is it going though? Welcome. Also, why am I not logged into Twitch here? Yeah, I've logged into Nightbot before. Okay, commands, is it default? Do they not have uptime? Huh. That's real weird. I don't know if I can add that easily on Nightbot. That's really lame. I'll look at that later though. Huh, weird. Okay, so now that should work. Let's go ahead and reload. Oh god, what the hell just happened? Oh, I hit debug. That's not what I wanted. Stop debugging. I just wanted to reload. Runtime is not ready for debugging? Yeah, I know. I said stop debugging. Great. So now if I check some people, cool. Now if we click back here, great. It shows them by default. And now I can search, and then it shows other people, and I can click them, and then they show up. Ooh. That's not ideal. I don't know how to handle that though. Oh, is that what it is? Thank you. Let me do that real quick. See, my thing is I watch Twitch with Frankerface enabled, and Frankerface just adds uptime below everyone's channels. Does that work? So I don't ever think about it. Oh, dope. Thank you. I appreciate it. That's sick. Well, that works now. But yeah, so I just never think about it because I just have it available, which, if in case you didn't know, Frankerface does that, so that's kind of cool. Okay, so that's not an ideal UI thing, but do I care right now? Because the thing is probably is that, like, once you tag friends, you probably are just gonna keep it. The experience doesn't have to be fantastic. I think that's good enough, basically, is where I'm at here. Yeah, I think that's fine. Yeah, that's, yeah. Okay. Now, there can be an argument to be made I should, like, have some, like, you know, recent people here. Excuse me. But this is fine. So, this done button doesn't look great in the center, so I should probably move that, like, off to the right. Do I have, like, a... wish I had a good UI example where this is a thing. I don't know, I can just align it to the right, I guess. I forget how to do that, but... do buttons not have style? Oh, I can just put style on the view here. Is it align? Point self to flex end? I don't think that's correct. Oh, never mind, that worked. Okay. Kind of enough there. Great. That looks... it looks kind of shitty, but... so then we have pictures, and then you can just click done. Cool. I wonder how that feels on a phone. So I need to fix this checkbox thing, actually. Let's do that real quick. So list item checkbox. So I need to look at the React Native elements. React Native elements docs for checkbox and see if I can make it not pressable. or if I can, they're font awesome. I can change the checked ones. I'd like to use a round one. Oh god, this website is dying. What is it using by default? Check circle? Shuchi coming in the clutchy, oh my god. So he's using check square. Can I see this for Font Awesome 4? Old version 4.7. Because I don't think I'm using 5. Yeah, so I want check circle and check circle O. So this should be checked icon. Should be check circle O, and then is it unchecked icon? Unchecked icon should be circle O. Cool, that looks better, I think. Nice. They could stand to be a little bigger. Check title, font family. So like a size. Size of the checkbox defaults to 24. Go 28. See if that is better. That is a little bit bigger. Nice, that looks pretty good. Okay. What am I doing? Sorry. Why did I just blank on this? So if I can't make it not do that, then I should just go ahead and, like if I can't make that uncheckable, which it looks like I can't, then what I should do is just take this function, go ahead and move it up to the top of a render function. Ooh, that's what I want. Cool, so this should be const handle press. That's not what I want. Wait, was that really it? That doesn't seem right. What did I just fuck up? Okay, I copied that? I don't know where that went. Weird. Anyways, so we have a handle press function. Great. Okay, so this actually should take a function or a parameter called it can actually just determine this. This should just be a number, and then const currently checked equals. I don't know. I'm just gonna disable the ESLint plugin for now. It's like I think lagging my text pretty bad, and I don't really know why. And it keeps popping up with errors, and I will figure them out eventually. But the linting is really not that important right now because all my linter errors get fixed on save anyways, basically. So. Or like I'm handling them manually, so. Anyways, so handle press takes name position if checked. Currently checked is equal to name position if checked is greater than or equal to 0. And then we also need the item, which is a user, I believe. Okay, so with that in mind, then it's going to go ahead and do all of that. Great. And then so for our on press here, we can actually just go ahead and delete all of this. I've done that a lot faster if I choose %. And then this should be handle press, and then we give it item, and we give it name pos if checked. Great. And then we can also do that here. So this should be on press, or is it on icon press? I think actually. On icon press is going to be a void, and then handle press, item, name positive check. Great. Okay, so I think that should work. So let's go ahead and reload just in case. Go ahead and get our check-in form, tag friends. Let's try this. Cool, so that still works. And then now you can also check that, which it doesn't make the whole thing press, but I guess that's fine. I don't know. It's like a pretty minor UI thing. It's not really the end of the world. Okay, so cool. Now that you can tag things, so I should commit because my second commit is remove yarn 2. My last commit was add yarn 2, and now it's remove yarn 2. Amazing. Okay, so what we want to do now is actually change. We want to go ahead and delete this. Yep. And then this should just be user search. And I think it should update all references to that. Maybe not. And then this is, instead of being user search new, is now user search. Hope it doesn't cause any other issues. Doesn't look like it. Okay. So let's go ahead and train. Excuse me, train. Oh, I actually don't need user search to be its own page, I don't think. Maybe though? No, because it's gonna be harder to communicate the data back. So we can actually just get rid of these changes entirely. So we can go ahead and add our package.json and our yarn lock changes up here. So now I basically forked the autocomplete for nothing, but that's fine. Probably want to do it later anyways for more control. So let's go ahead and update our pod file things too. And what change about our project? Oh, that's right, okay. This is all update deps, add React native elements. What do we add on the server here? This added add search users function, or add search users query. This is just adding placeholders. And then user search wrapper new I can get rid of because that wasn't being used at all. Check-in optional items. I don't remember what that's for. I don't think I'm using that anymore. Oh, I think that was when I was going to try and make a new... I was changing something there. I don't remember what it was. Okay, let's commit this separately. So it says add another debug link. The feed's not real right now, so I can kind of just do that. I'll close all of these tabs before I go crazy. And then everything else should just be picking optional items. Is just, yeah. Basically just start implementing user tagging. It's pretty close, actually. Cool. So, yeah, let me push all that up. I need to go get some water because my throat is dying. So I will be back in a few minutes. I'll probably pee as well while I'm gone. So yeah, thanks everyone for sticking around. If you aren't already, please consider following the channel. You'll get notifications whenever we go live. It helps boost numbers and give me good feeling, as they say. But yeah, thanks everyone for sticking around, and yeah, feel free to ask any questions in the chat if you have them, and I'll be back in a moment. Alrighty. Oh, I have water. My throat feels mildly renewed, and I went to the bathroom, so life is good. Life is good. Okay, so next up, what are we doing? Oh, should you be able to tag yourself? Probably not. Okay, well. I will make a note of that. User search wrapper. Actually, I'll just do it in the user search. Be in find user. To do. Actually, I made. Put this in a comment somewhere, and I don't remember where. Here you go. Okay. Tasks for auth is what I have. There's like a bunch of various things that I can't do until I have auth ready. So to do, don't show currently logged in user. This is really easy to do. I just need to remember to do it later, and then tasks for auth. Cool. Okay, so this is looking pretty good. So now I need to make a UI for how this looks. How this looks once you select people. So with photos, it was pretty easy. With this, we could have their profile pictures and then like their name underneath, but if the username's long, that kind of sucks. I don't know. Maybe I just make sure that creating it with a tagged user works correctly, and I'll think about the UI a little bit later. Perhaps that's a good way to do this. So to that end, on the feed, we're gonna want to go ahead and display. So this should be, let's do like I'll do a separate text. This should be tagged users, and then we want to go ahead and do post dot tagged users. How is this getting stored exactly? I need to actually make the GraphQL query here, so tagged users is an array of users, yeah. So is the mutation handling that correctly right now? Type mutation, create post. So it's supposed to take an array of IDs, actually. For the input here, I think having only the IDs will make this process really slow since we have to do a DB lookup on each one. I should look into see how I can mitigate that. Basically, search try to do an insert with a few linked objects, keeping in mind these are just foreign keys in the DB. In theory, you could also just add the IDs here. We need to validate the real, and that's where it gets complicated, I think. Also worth noting, I could do a slightly shittier version and then worry about performance when I have a DB set up, and then have a better idea of how long this would take in a real world situation. Thank goodness I leave notes for myself. Yeah, so maybe I just pass the user objects because I have those already. So on the mutation for create post, this should be in check-in, I think. So I believe we're using form data. Yep, const create post is use mutation create post. And then where am I using that? Okay, so I'm doing form data. We need to get the form data up out of the checked in optional items. So I could basically take the check in optional items and just pop it out. I could have it as a state variable up here and updating it accordingly. Or I could just use context. And that might be easier. I actually haven't used the new React context yet. Maybe we should look into that real quick. Is it the same in React Native? Probably, I think. Okay, so when to use context. Context is designed to share data that can be considered global for a tree of React components such as the current authenticated user, theme, or preferred language. For example, in the code below, we manually thread through a theme prop in order to style the button component. Using context, we can avoid passing props to intermediate elements. Sure. Okay, before you use context, apply it sparingly because it makes component reuse more difficult. If you only want to avoid passing some props through meaning levels, component composition is often a simpler solution than context. So they're basically saying, I don't think what I'm using basically needs context, is what they're trying to say here. And in all reality, what I'm trying to do here is like relatively simple. It's just kind of annoying how I have to do this. So we would need to provide I can just give it a I don't know what the easiest way to do this is. Alright, we're gonna make a prop called onFormDataChange. It's gonna be on optional item change is what we're gonna name the function here. Should be const on optional item change is equal to it should be like form data, right? I think. And then all we're gonna go ahead and do is this function's not gonna return anything, so it needs to go through optional form data should be its own type, I think. So okay, so there's a lot of things I'm trying to do right now. Basically, the check-in form data needs to be modified to add tagged users. So tagged users should be an array of users. I don't have that imported. Okay. Now we also need interface. It's not useful. Interface should be optional. Optional items form data, okay? And this needs to be exported as well because I'm going to use it in the function below, or the component below. So this, for right now, is just going to have tagged users, which is going to have user. Great. The check-in form data, and then this tagged users should be an empty array. So this is probably a bad way to do this. I'm going to be completely honest. I think me using some sort of thing that actually does like forms is probably better, but I think this is going to work. And I think that's fine for right now. I can get rid of that console log. I don't think I need that actually. I don't know if I have the window there anyways, but anyways. Okay, so now on the optional item change, the form data is going to be of type optional items form data. So now when we get that, what we can do is we can loop through so the iterator here should be form data.entries, I believe. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. The iterator is the object, so this should be const data of form data dot the entries, right? Is that not correct? What MDN should be object or did object add entries? Oh yeah, that's so weird to me. Object add entries of form data. It feels very. I feel like it should be the other way around. Okay, so then in this case, oh, I also need the key though, don't I? How do you do this? It should be. Oh, entries is what I'm trying to do. It should just be key comma data. So it gives us both. Cool. How do you open a React Native app in iOS Simulator? So the command to run is, so it's actually like there's a React Native CLI tool. So React Native, like if you install it globally on your command line. So then you run React Native and it's run iOS, I believe. Yeah. But if you make a, oh, stop yelling at me. I hope that didn't fuck up my original one. If you make, in my project I have, I just put it in my package.json though, so that I have, where's that? So I have scripts iOS is React Native run iOS, so I can just run yarn iOS and it does it for me. So, but the actual command is using the React Native CLI tool to use run iOS. You can also, I think, use React Native start, but I don't know what the difference is there. And yeah, this works fine, so I've never bothered to change. But yeah, that's how you do that. Okay, so now that we have our key and our data, so then the what we're doing here is what we're doing here is we're adding it to our main form data object. Like I said, this is like kind of a shitty way to do this. Does object have an object from? Can I do this? New form data, and then, oh, sorry, this should go up here actually. And then new form data at the key should equal the data. Oh, I was afraid TypeScript were going to yell at me about this. This works, I swear. Element implicitly is an any type because expression of type string can't be used to type index tagged user as user. No index signature with a parameter type of string was found on type tagged users. Fuck. There's, I think, a good TypeScript way to do this, but I don't know how. So the problem is that right now when it runs object.entries on form data, essentially just takes I would have to can I not type it here? Is it not as? Is as not the way to implicitly do this in TypeScript? Am I going crazy? How did I do this? I did something similar to this in app. Or I did, what did I... Did I not do something? I feel like I did. Was it in? Is it in base? What is that file called? Oh, I did extends key of. Yeah, the problem is that the objects function isn't typed well enough for this. So I think I can kind of bullshit this though. So let's do what? So key equals key as. Not form data. I want key as optional. Did that work? Key in this case is still a string. Excuse me. So, really the question is how much do I want to fight with TypeScript on this one? So what I'm doing is basically everything that's going to be in optional items form data is going to have a matching thing inside of check-in form data. I know this. TypeScript does not know this. I don't know how to tell TypeScript that, and I am not going to sit here and wrangle with it, to be honest. So I'm just going to ats ignore this. And then I'm going to leave a note here basically saying that each key in optional items form data will always have a matching key inside of form data. I don't know how to tell. So I'm just ignoring it. Great. That's fine. So now, sorry, what was I doing here? With all that, I was basically doing on form data change, which we're on form data change. We're going to take the form data, which is going to be, well, that'll get typed implicitly. This will return void. And then on optional item change, we'll go ahead and take the form data. And then let's go ahead and make sure I've explicitly typed that to void, because I don't think I did. Oh, I did. Okay, never mind. So now we need to add that prop to check-in optional items. So this is on format data change, or on form data change, sorry. So I need to change this. So this should be interface props extends base props for check-in. And then I can delete this one. And then we are going to go ahead and add on form data change, which should expect a form data param, which is of type optional items form data, which we can import here. And then, oh, that's technically a circular dependency. I should probably get that out of here then, actually. We should probably take both of these and just put them in the types folder. Let's do that right now. Yeah, I don't know why that's actually being... My Vim copy buffer is actually kind of jacked right now. Well, it's been like a little screwy here. That happened to me earlier too, and I don't know what was going on there. Okay, so now this is gonna yell about this, so I can just add all missing imports. Great. Okay, and now this should get him. That shouldn't be from there. That should instead be from. Great. Okay, so on form data change, and then it's gonna return void. So now, whenever. So I need to change this to a form data instead of using tagged friends. So let's go ahead and make this. So this should be const form data, set form data. Oh, my posture is terrible sitting on my back. It's really not appreciating me for it. So this should be use state optional items form data, and then we give it tagged. Oh, I put tagged users. That should be tagged friends. Well, okay, tagged users is fine. Okay, so then that should be an empty array. So now I just need to go ahead and replace the usage there. There are 3 instances there. So this should be form. And this should be set form data. So our existing form data and then add checked users is going to be equal to checked. Wait, why is that not working? Oh, it's tagged users. And then this should be tagged friends, should be form data dot tagged users. Okay, so that should all work the same. That's just extrapolated out into a new state variable now. And so now whenever we change that, which is only happening 2 places here, or only the 1 place actually, right? Then we should run on form data change. Great. Whenever we set new form data, we should run on form data change with form data. Hopefully that updates in time. We'll see if that works. Just to be safe, I could, I probably shouldn't rely on that. So new form data. Yeah. Now I don't have to worry about whether or not it completes first or not. Okay. So now everything should get tossed into the main object. And that. So if this all works correctly, and we have the new feed, if this all works correctly, we should be able to... Oh, did I close out of that? So if this works correctly, then I should be able to tag users, add them to a post, like add... What is going on here? It's user supposed to be input type, but got user. Oof. I just can't make it other types? Mutations and input types. Great. You can use input types by using the input keyword instead of the type keyword. Input types can't have fields that are other objects, only basic scalar types, list types, and other input types. Naming input types with input on the end is a useful convention because you will often want both an input type and an output type that are slightly different for a single conceptual object. Okay, so I do have to make an array of IDs. Poop. Well, I have to do slightly more work now. Well, I'm glad that it validates my schema in that way. That is useful. Great, so now that's gonna work. Reload. Whoa. Field tag users of type user must have a selection of subfields. Did you mean... Oh, God, I'm so dumb. So for each one, I think that's fine. We're displaying an array. That might yell at me, actually. That's gonna return the array. I should just join you. Great. Okay. It's gonna look like shit, but that's fine. All right, now we've not fucked up our GraphQL query. Okay, so now I have to do an extra thing though. So when we go to submit the check-in, that's here. Pre-post is getting called where? Okay, so and then here we should have tagged users is we're going to take form data dot tagged users dot map. So we need to map each one. This is going to be a user, and then we're just going to return user dot ID. Okay, so then I need to change how we're handling that on the server also. So we need to go to our mutation here. So it's going to get us the post info. Is that what it's called? So post info tagged users dot map ID, and then we need to do users dot find user. I'm basically doing the same thing again. User dot ID equals ID. So for each ID in the tagged users, I'm finding that user, and then making a new array of that, which is correct. And then we're pushing that to the new posts, and then that should just return the new post. Okay. Well, let's see if this works. I need to rebuild the server then. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Well, it's fine. Let's restart that as well. This needs to get built and started again. This is great though, even though it kind of looks like shit right now, which is fine, and I'll fix that eventually. That means that our base check-in card is done, actually. Yeah. Server's ready. I probably should test the GraphQL separately because I made changes to the resolver, but that's fine. I won't worry about that. It was great. I love my friends. 5 out of 5, baby. Missing field tagged users. Why is that? Okay, so we need to make sure our form data is getting updated correctly. So, oh, I'm not actually updating it. That's why. Okay, so I should be doing set form data equal to new form data. Right? Oh, is this also not gonna like me? Wait a second. It's because I don't have the TypeScript is actually right here. It did save me. Yep. It actually saved me there because I had the variable name the same thing. So it was, what I meant to do is basically the new form data is the existing form data object, and then we overwrite anything off the optional form data. But I was using the word form data for both, so that actually was correct in yelling at me. Although, does that matter? No, it doesn't. Okay. So now I'm setting the new form data. So that's why that wasn't working beforehand. So check-in form. Great. I love my friends. Boop. Not one friend. I have more than one, I swear. Say it's a 5. That's me, and we'll hit done. We got all 3 of our boys. Let's go, Mopman. Indeed. Can't find field tagged users on object. Well, that's like straight up erroring at me. Is the mutation not working correctly? Okay, let's try doing this in the playground to make sure this is working correctly before I try and figure out what the hell's going on. So we're gonna open the GraphQL, do this. We're gonna do a mutation, create post. Figure out how to do this. I forget how to do. Okay, so now my query should be, I think this is correct. Query should have author ID is, I think I'm 1. Game ID is whatever Wingspan is. I don't remember all my test data. Oh, I just realized I was tagging myself in these posts also. I shouldn't be doing that. Here's the ID. Caption. All friends. Oh wait, is it not storing rating at all right now? I just noticed that. Amazing. Oh my lord. I should fix that. Oh, that's really funny actually. Okay, tag users is a user. 2, 3, and 4. It worked, supposedly. So now we should be able to query and then get... we can just get posts. Oh, God's gonna... User is username. Author should also have a username. Alright. Okay, that works. ID 5, author username. Okay, that worked. Oh, is that actually the query then that's yelling at me? That's kind of to be expected. Okay, so something didn't work here. And I don't know what it was. Oh, I bet you I know what it was. So, whenever we create a new thing, we're basically doing an optimistic write here. So what we're actually doing is to update the cache, we're taking the object we have and putting it in the cache. I think we're doing it incorrectly. That's my guess, actually. Because if the query works, and the only time it's failing is right after we make the new post, that's probably what's happening. So we need to go in here. So this is the function that runs, the update function runs after the query goes off. So we can update the cache. Yeah. So the problem is here is that we're taking the post. But really what we should be taking is... So this is a problem because we're sending IDs to the backend, but we want... we want users on the front end, like full user objects. We should just use form data then, right? How was I doing this before? So I'm console logging this actually. So let's try tagging someone. Okay, so create post data is post is author caption. Cause the mutation takes a. This is why the mutation takes. When you create the post, you get a return object back, and in that return object, I am not getting back tagged users. I should be getting back tagged users, and I should be giving them username. I think is all they need right now. That's 100% why it's not working. I am almost positive. Yo, what's going on, Matt? How's it going, dude? How goes it? Oh, I just saw on Twitter actually that you are like graduated now, right? So congrats on finishing the school. All right, we'll tag Nikki for the hell of it. Yes. So this isn't working, but that's kind of to be expected because I'm not doing that correct time. It's because they're joining them. It's bad. Const users equals post dot tagged users dot map. I can just do this here. So I should actually be running map on here, and then we take user, and then we return user dot username. Username, and then from that array we go ahead and join with commas or comma space. There you go. Now that should actually display them correctly. Tagged users, these are people. Great. So let's go ahead and make a new check-in to make sure that works for real. Yeah, the clicking is kind of weird there. Nice, that works. Yes. Valedictorian too? Oh, hell yeah, dude, that's sick. Like it matters in this economy. Sadly true, but you're still done, so that's still exciting. Hell yeah, hey, congrats on the valedictorian too. That's awesome. Holy shit, boys. It's working. We have like real posts. All right, now I have to add ratings. I can't believe I overlooked that for this long. Okay, let me commit this real quick. Form data types into general types file. Oh, I still have a console log on my node modules, don't I? I should get rid of that. React Native autocomplete index. There's a it's fine. Okay, let me look over this real quick. I should clean up the imports. Tagged user's username, game routes param game. I also make sure there's like no console logs laying around or anything. That's fine. Optional items. Form data, great. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to look at it. Great. User search. I just added a to-do there. I'll commit the backend. So, support for it's kind of a long commit message, but it's fine. All right, and then add backend support for tagged user creation. Okay, now I need to add ratings. So it should be rating. It's probably gonna be a string. We'll just make it into a string, I think. Okay, so now on my test posts, we're gonna want to add this. I don't know how GraphQL handles like floats, so I'm not gonna bother with the floats. I'm just gonna put them in strings. That's why I'm doing that. Why is new post yelling at me? Oh, it's because they have rating. I didn't update the types. Where are you? Rating is post info dot rating. Great, post input. This should be rating string. Okay, and then I also need the GraphQL query. Great. I think that's everywhere it needs to get added. Post return posts, I have added to the post type, I've added to the create post input, and then it's handled on our example posts, it's handled on our TypeScript type, it's handled on our mutation. This doesn't require anything there. Yeah, that seems like it'll work. Right? Rating post info dot rating. Yeah. Cool. Okay, so that's the changes on the back end. So, oh god damn it, I just exited Metro bundler again. Okay, so I need to rebuild the server now. Oh, it turns out when you sit down and try and make a lot of progress intentionally, you actually get somewhere. Fucking crazy how that works. Move this over. Like, I feel like I've gotten a lot done tonight already, and it's only been, what, 3 hours? Crazy, crazy, crazy. All right. That's done, new server's ready. Now we just need to give the... I think we're already giving the rating, actually. Create post, variables post. Oh, we're not actually, but... How is rating being stored right now? It is being stored as a number. Can I use... Okay, hopefully that's fine. Okay, then let's add rating here. Let's add rating in the feed. And let's not do anything with it. Just kidding. And then I also need to update the type accordingly. This would be in post. Rating should be a string. I don't know if it matters if it's actually like a string or not right now, but it doesn't matter for now. Okay, that's everything changed on the server. That should be everything changed on the app too. Great, that's coming through fine. We're just gonna leave it as a 1. Not tag myself. I'll prevent that eventually. Yeah, looks like it's saved. No errors on either end. Great. Okay, we can get rid of that console log displaying creating post data as well. Yeah, okay, I think that's everything for that. Add rating support. Posts. Yeah, so like obviously this looks like shit, but like we can also make a new one like using Scythe and not Wingspan. A different game, hooray. I've just been using the new debug form I made because it's easier and I have to click less. Which I like doing. I like clicking less. Yeah, I had to like click twice to do some of that. It's fucking working. You really do love to see it. Like, check-in is working. Again, some things look like shit. I haven't gotten like the friends. It still looks bad. It still looks bad. But functionally, it's all there. The base part, which is really exciting, actually. I don't sound very excited right now, and I don't know why, but I really am. Fuck yeah. Okay, well, I feel like that's a good place to call it, because it's been 3.5 hours, or almost 3.5 hours, and I want to play video games tonight, so... yeah, that feels like a good place to end it, too. So, what's up next on our list, actually? So I need to do... I need to make it look good. I'll be honest, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do the design stuff right now. There's, I think, a very good chance I pay someone money to design part of this because I don't want to fucking do it. So I'm just gonna make it look like shit for now, and it's fine. Next is feed, and probably needs to look better. I need to do auth at some point here. I guess your feed, display check-ins from people you follow, like, I can't really do that. I could write the GraphQL query for it, I guess, not. I could follow everyone manually. There are some ways I can get around that. And then a base user profile, again, I'll just assume I'm logged in right now. I can, that's right. So I can basically spoof like I'm the person logged in right now. I still can bullshit off for like a really long time. Display the profile info. Yeah, I need to do a lot of mockups for these. Oh, I don't want to do mockups. Oh god, okay. Well, yeah, now I'm gonna have to go cry about how I don't want to fucking do mockups at all, and that really sucks. And I really don't love that, but that's fine. That's a good place to stop anyways, so. I got my dad's company set up with Microsoft Teams and Trello. Nice, nice. I've not used Teams, but Nikki is using it right now for work, actually, but... yeah, I bet that's gonna be, yeah, a lot nicer than texting email for sure. Trello is a nice piece of software for sure. Well, everyone, thanks for tuning in tonight. I'll hopefully get this uploaded to YouTube at a reasonable rate. I also have to do the one for my other stream, which was like a week ago, or whenever that was. I didn't upload that one, I just realized. Or I don't think I have? I don't know. Anyways, thank you everyone for hanging out. If you haven't already, please follow the channel, as well as we have, oh, Jesus Christ. I can't. We have a Discord server as well you can join. And as well as I have a Twitter. I think I have a command for this now too. Go follow me on Twitter as well. I post on there whenever we're going live and all that jazz. I hope everyone has a great rest of your night. We might stream this week. Are we gonna stream this weekend? Probably not. I have Clash this weekend. I'm playing League. So I need to do designs anyways. I don't like streaming those because I just hate doing it and I'm just gonna have to suffer and do them. So that's fine. Anyways, all that's to say is thank you everyone for hanging out. I appreciate it. And we'll see you all soon. Have a great rest of your night.